21st century teaching and learning. The recipe for a 21st century classroom looks similar to what we've been accustomed to, but adds multiple other topics. There's the core subjects, but they add the 21st century themes being financial, economic, and other issues, allowing students to get a bigger understanding and not focusing on just the knowledge. So there's more understanding over broader topics. Students then have a lot of topics in life and career and skills, giving them the access to the technology and other items that they can utilize in college and the real world. The learning is more critical. There's a lot of communication and collaboration with a focus on creativity. Now, the information for the classroom is readily available with all kinds of access and availability for both students and teachers. Now, the assessments come a little bit differently, with more formative and summative and feedback quickly, which those are the supports to get the assessments, to get the data, as well as the curriculum and instruction, how it's being given to the students. Teachers get professional development to help them learn and create the environment that is best. And the learning environment really comes from the professional development, which teachers can learn what works and how to best suit their students. All this together is a good recipe for what the classroom and teacher and the whole system would look like. Technology for students is always changing. Currently, students have iPads where they can access school schedules. Teachers can post schedules. You can research information, connect to smart boards, instantaneous feedback through surveys online. Students can see it, and you can apply the data to the topic that you're teaching, to do a little survey, quick questions, interactive whiteboards. Students can manipulate and move and see how technology will shape the future. Social networking is big for students. They're able to share, access information, and for teachers, you can connect with students around the world and get their feedback, furthering that communication, that leadership skill, and the collaboration that the real world cherishes. Teachers for 21st century spend a significant more time planning. It's not the way it used to be, where teachers would get up there and lecture and students would take notes. Teachers prepare an activity and allow the students to go and explore and follow an activity's set of guidelines or procedures, which allows the teacher to move around the room where they're doing more observing, interacting, engaging with the students, and helping guide them to understand the topic that is desired. The important thing with 21st century is curriculum is important. It needs to focus on reading, writing, and arithmetic, but also there needs to be a focus on what's going on outside of the classroom, outside of the building. A big awareness of the economics and health, job market, really what's going on, and getting the students used to understanding the world around them, but still making sure we have reading, writing, and arithmetic as a base core for our students. students of today have drastically changed. Students work with one another. They really get hands-on. They are very, very diverse. And with technology, they can create, share, post information. And many students help teachers learn about the new technologies and what the trends are out there, so the teachers can incorporate them into their lessons to help reach them. But really, the 4 C's: they're creative, they're collaborative, communication, and they are critical thinking. All that group aspect working together. With everything, there's good and bad with the 21st century. 21st century positives are students are engaged differently. There's multiple ways for them to access the information, and the communication with parents and students and school is as simple as an email away. In some cases, comments and online social media that's set up. Students and parents can continually talk on an ongoing basis, and parents have access to grades, information, concerns, attendance very quickly. So the technology, many applications are free, which is great and allows to get that instant feedback for teachers and students. Now, the negative side, classrooms have changed. So many of the districts are doing renovations. Adding technology takes time, money, and training. Many of your teachers need to learn how to utilize certain technology, but also the schools need to be prepared and equipped to implement the technology, which costs money and takes time, as well as some of the security and firewalls prevent certain searches and information from being accessed. The biggest part, I would say, that is a negative is students have the ability to find the information and they can pawn it off on a teacher as their own, and it sometimes becomes very difficult to actually determine if a student understands a topic. That is why during the activity it is important for the teacher to walk around, engage with the students, and discuss, so they can understand if the student actually does understand the topic. So some examples of 21st century learning in a classroom: posting schedules online, having a blog with what's going on. Smart boards are all over in the classroom, utilizing mobile devices and other technology, giving students and teachers the chance to give that continual communication and open dialogue. Many schools have social media where items are shared with activities and events, and some classrooms have that as well. Depends on the districts. So what does the 21st century classroom look like? This video shows you a good idea of what the here are the references.